Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, is barely catching her breath on General Hospital after Sonny Maurice Benard helped her deal with the horror of finding Professor Dalton Daniel Goddard stuffed in her trunk, one of those weeks where Port Charles feels like it's leaning sideways. Meanwhile, Benard is out here dropping little glimpses of what's coming next for State of Mind. He talked recently about who's watching, who he hopes to bring in next, and why this whole chapter of his life feels strangely clear. Benard spoke with TV Insider about the moment he realized Anthony Geary ex-Luke had tuned in from Amsterdam to watch his interview with Jeannie Francis. Laura, someone sent him the clip, he said, and he laughed about how he and his wife went digging to confirm it wasn't edited or a prank. When he saw it was real, the first thought that hit him was, that's maybe the sweetest thing I've seen. There was something about Gary, watching France's episode, that just made sense to him. Like a loop quietly closing, he talked about how they don't stay in close contact these days. Life, geography, the usual drift, but said the respect hasn't gone anywhere. He mentioned that the only time they've really crossed paths lately was a quick comment Geary left on Instagram, but even that seemed to stick with him. The way he talked about it, you could hear there's still an ease between them, that old sense that they just got each other, even without the constant back and forth. And if they ever shared the screen again, Benard didn't hesitate. Oh, I would work with him in 3 seconds, he said, and went on about a one-man play Geary once did that knocked him flat. Rewind to Luke and Laura's iconic wedding. He also opened up about his dream guests, the ones still floating just out of reach. Vanessa Marcil Brenda sits near the top, and he joked about nudging her gently. Never hard, because he knows she'll come when she's ready. He said she's a big fan of Jeannie's episodes and tends to respond to anything he posts about her. It's the kind of soft yes that just needs the right week. Finola Hughes is another. He didn't guard it or dress it up, just said, I really want to talk to her. And while he's waiting, he has 3 booked that he's genuinely excited about, including Kelly Thibaud Britt and Chris McKenna Jack. With McKenna planning to share something he's never talked about publicly, Benard also addressed the constant retirement speculation and laughed about it, but only a little. He said people may grab onto throwaway comments he makes at appearances, but he still has a year on his contract and figures he'll reassess around age 65. What matters more, he said, is that he's clear for the first time in a long time. He talked about the heaviness that used to creep into his acting when his bipolar symptoms were rough, and how the last several months have felt lighter, steadier. The way he put it was simple. If I have peace within, nothing can penetrate that. And in a town like Port Charles, that might be the most grounded thing anyone's said all year.